Welcome back to Rusty Crab. Well, we messed that one up already. Welcome back to Rusty Crab. So in true Rusty Crab fashion, I've procrastinated on some wiring and started a different project instead. I'm gonna put the nose back on because right now what I want to do is get that out of the way. So I'm gonna put it on that so that I can get this space cleaned up and have more room to do things. I already got the GoPro sitting up there on top. Get you guys a good view of what's going to happen here. It took two people to take this nose off, and I'm going to try to put it back on by myself. We'll see how that goes. All right, guys, hang out for a bit. This thing is a lot heavier than I remembered it. Today on Rusty Crab, watch me blow out my back. Or dance around trying to figure out a way to lift this up. I swear I used to be strong. Probably stepping on a bunch of stuff I didn't want to step on too. Alright. Wow. That's heavy. Whew. And there's some paint right there, so that means I got a good chip. Whew. Ow! Should put gloves on too. Lay down, Nola. I know this is way out of the way of what I should be getting done, but I'm gonna tell you what, if I get this back on, I'm gonna be so pumped that this thing looks like a car again. Gloves, I need some gloves. Because that hurt my hands. So, gloves. I gotta tell you guys a story about a bad day I had yesterday. These pants are like brand new. I think I've worn them like twice. They've been through the wash once. And yesterday, I went out to go clean up some trash that our friendly neighborhood bear had left in my yard. Not my trash, but he was nice enough to leave it in my yard. And so when I got done, I went and I thought, I'll just hop over the fence real quick. Hopped over the fence and ripped a huge hole in my pants. So now they're the garage pants. Brand new pair. It's my luck. All right. Let's see what kind of mess I can get myself into. One of the things I tried to do to save myself some time is take this nose clip off all in one piece. After the fact, I'm not real sure how much time I saved because There's only a couple of bolts to take it on and put it off. You know what? I might just go ahead and take it off again. I really don't like taking it off, but that might be what needs to happen. That's what we're gonna do. Because it's just taking things off, and I can handle taking things off. And lining them all back up. That's what I didn't want to do. Look at that. Leave my trash around paid off. Nothing's still sitting there. Tip for folks that are doing this at home, if this is your first time, you can take a bolt off. If you're lazy like me and you don't want to label everything, just stick it right back in its hole. It's a little placeholder. Right. What is that? Close. We got left. Oh, I remember why I didn't want to do this. Because you got to take the headlights out. Ah, yes. This loose enough to swing around. That might work. I'm going to give that a try. Alright, got 4 of those. Do that one too. Just to give it a little bit more flex. Those right there for now. Getting hot, time to take this off. Actually, I've got a shirt on that I don't want to get dirty, so I'm not going to take it off. Oh, talk to you later. Bye. How many times my phone calls are on my GoPro? All right. I might have made this way more difficult. Let's use this. We should start another channel called Paul's Horrible Luck. Corners and then regret it. Okay, this might work. Look at that. There's an idea. Should call this show How to Do Things You Should Have Asked for Help from Your Friends. Making progress. Alright guys, I'll tell you about how not to put the front clip of a Camaro back on. Ooh. This is cringeworthy, huh? That doesn't sound good. Oh. Making progress. And one of the things that's going to be tricky about this is, oh, the spilled beer right into the center console. That's great. Like I was saying, one of the things that's going to be difficult is that the way I made this to work, I've got to now shove the engine computer down into the fender here. Bottom side of the bushing fell out, the body bushing. So back we go. Oh yeah. Woo. The nose is on. I did not need a hoodie. It's supposed to be a cold day. All right, and there we are. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm dirty. Not real dirty, I guess, but definitely sweaty. We got the nose on. Now I have some space to actually do some things in the garage. Don't have any of the bolts in yet, so if you've never seen how these Camaro noses go on, we got a bolt here, a bolt there. There's a bolt inside the door jamb in there. It's hard to see. Oh, got my wiring pinched in here. That's a bad idea. There we go. Okay. That might be why it didn't go flush. Maybe not. Got body bushings here. Mounts onto, that's a brace, mounts onto the frame. There's a cross brace that goes across. You can see it over there. I am going to modify these plates. These are going to sit in there so that cross brace, I don't know if you can see that, but my hood pin is way cocked at an angle and it binds up on the hood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in and then drill this for the hood pin so that it fits right where I want it. That is a difficult thing to get right on these second-gen Camaros, because if you put the hood pin in a reasonable place on this surface, then there's nowhere for you to mount it underneath. So that's why it's right there. That is all of the mounting surfaces. And then in order to move things around a little bit better, these are the bolts that I was taking out. That's the fender bolts. There's a whole bunch of them on the inside also. I didn't take out those, as that mounts it to the I'm thinking cross brace, but I don't think that's the right word. I forgot what the word is for it there. I took this one out of the bottom just to give this whole pan a little bit of flex. And then, so both sides on that. The reason why I didn't take it all the way off is it's a little bit tricky. I don't know if you can see these back here. There you go. So that one in there is coming from the front side. So you have to get up in here into the headlight, and without removing the headlight, I'm trying to get some lighting here so you guys can see. Well, I'm gonna need a flashlight for you to see. All right, let's see. All right, now you can see up in there. So way back in there is the, my phone just, there we go. Way back in there are those bolts, which they're not incredibly complicated to get out, but they are such a pain to get back in. I don't think that I want to bolt the hardware in yet. just so that I've got a little bit of play with the bodywork as I'm doing battery related stuff. I might go ahead and set the battery into the battery tray, but that's not permanent, you know, not installing it, more of I want to just get things into their place so that I can play around with the wiring and figure out what's what here. I should be all done with the engine hoist now, so that can go in its hole. Boom. Nice. Everything is fitting good and snug here. When I painted the car, I had all the body lines all perfect. It was really the way I wanted to keep it. But I had to take it all apart because I was slamming the engine mounts on the ground and everything. You can't pull the engine from one of these second gens with a regular hoist. So this is like a Harbor Freight hoist. It's not long enough. If you had something that was really long, you could reach out there and go get it. But so my engine, with that pushed as far in as I can get it, the hook is like right here. So you can't get it far enough in there to be any use to you. So I had to pull the whole front clip off. I mean, in the future, I'll probably see if I can get my hands on a hoist that's got a longer hook, or make some kind of frame that goes over it. The nose is just too long on these. They do look like a pretty long car for the kind of feel of the car. When you drive it, it doesn't feel long, but it is pretty long for a sports car. Tons of extra space. Look at this extra space up here. So all of that is room for a radiator, which is like that big, and then I've got electric fans. But even if you had a mechanical fan on there, it does not stick out very far. And then all of this bumper space, it's just empty bumper space. I think that's why a lot of people turbo these cars, because you got tons of space to put turbos in. Turn those headers upside down, point them out to the front, and you got all this space to work with. Might be a future thing for this car. It might not. I got a buddy who's doing a turbo Silverado right now, and he's having just as much a hell of a time doing that as I'm having with this, and that's the engine that belongs in the truck. All right, guys, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do next. Put the battery tray in or something. Later. Now, I gotta push it all inside because I'm gonna go get my daughter opens. Another broken part. Which is not supposed to be a really expensive build. Keeps on coming. Well, the GoPro died. So, I don't know if it's normal for GoPros, but I've got to wait for mine to cool off before I can take the battery out of it, or the batteries get stuck. So now I'm going to unbox this. Always cut with a knife toward yourself. That's definitely not the way I was taught to do it. Well, since I'm using my old phone as a camera, I bought a tripod for it, so I'm gonna see how well this works. I just bought something super cheap. See how it works. I would put you guys down and use two hands, except for this is what I'm unboxing, is what's supposed to hold my phone. Don't need that. Add to the pile. Let me see if I can prop you guys up here. I don't know what you guys can see, or if you guys can see anything right there, but I hope you can. So I bought it for this phone, but I am having problems with the phone that every time I look away from the camera, it stops the video. You know what? That would go in that. I'm an idiot. Hey, that works. So, I ought to be able to get another really good view here with this camera. Good to go. See how that goes. Hey, that's cool. All right, watch me suffer pushing this thing in. I got a hump getting into my garage, so see how this goes. Right back where it was. I've got a ton of stuff to put away now. Got it in.